Today, I'm going to give you guys the best dribble moves for all builds in 2K25. I'll be showing you the best SIGs for tall guard builds, the small guard builds, and not only that, I'll give you a quick dribble tutorial with hand cam as well for all of the dribble moves. So you'll be looking like a dribble demon in no time. Now, this video is a part of the NBA 2K League Locked In powered by AT&T series. I don't want to take up any more of your guys' time. We're going to get straight into the best dribble moves for those tall guard builds. All I ask is that if you're new to the channel, drop a sub. If you support me, drop a like on the video as well and comment down below "Hanky the horsey" if you're excited for these dribble moves. Now let's get right into it. So for our tall guard builds, you want to make sure to go with Zion Williamson for the dribble style. It gives you a pretty good cross launch to your opposite ball hand. You can use normal as well. I've tried Booker, it's pretty good, but I like Zion the most. So basically you just do any dribble move, then you hold your left stick diagonal up to your opposite ball hand and it gives you the cross launch animation. Sadly for the tall guard builds in 2K25, you're not able to really speed boost to your ball hand. Sometimes you can get lucky with certain animations, but most of the time you'll just be doing this, speed boosting to your opposite ball hand with that Zion dribble style. Next up for the SIG size ups, we're using Cade Cunningham. You need a 75 ball handle or higher. Drew Holiday is pretty good as well. I've used Kawhi Leonard in the past. Basically your SIG size up is just when you flick diagonal up to your opposite ball hand or diagonal down to your opposite ball hand. And with the Zion dribble style, we have to go to our opposite ball hand after. Then for the regular breakdown combo, if you get Kobe White with an 85 plus ball handle, you want to use that breakdown combo. However, if you don't get it, be sure to use Zach LaVine. You only need an 80 for this one. So right here, this is the Kobe White regular breakdown combo. All you have to do is flick up on the right stick without holding R2, and then because we have that Zion dribble style, we get a big burst, a good cross launch to our opposite ball hand, and then you can just quick stop, do some more combos after that. This move is amazing. You can let it play out as long as you want. It is very fast too. For the aggressive breakdown combo, you want to go with Kevin Durant, and you only need a 73 ball handle for this one, so you should definitely be able to get it. To do this, you simply hold R2, flick up on the right stick. It'll basically go between your legs each way, and then you can burst your opposite ball hand once again. And you can mix all of these moves together. You can mix in the SIG size up, the regular breakdown combo, the aggressive breakdown combo. Real quick, I want to give a huge shout out to AT&T. They keep me connected to my community all year long, and thanks to AT&T Fiber, I never mess up any dribble combos. And that's because I have the fastest internet speeds. I never have to worry about any lag or delay. I just get to break people's ankles. AT&T really keeps me locked in for real. They are amazing. Now time to get back into those best dribble moves. And getting into the next move, this is a glitchy one. So if you have the Luka escape moves, you need an 84 ball handle for this. Definitely go with that, but if you don't get it, use basic. It is the knockoff version. It is basically the same, just a little bit worse. The Luka one is a little bit better, but it is basically the same thing. So to do this move, you are just going to extremely quickly hold R2 and then flick to your opposite ball hand, then to your ball hand. So if the ball's in your right hand, you're gonna flick left right really fast. If the ball is in your left hand, you're gonna flick right left really fast. And if you're struggling, you probably need to do it a lot faster than you currently are trying to do it. It is basically legit one whole motion. Next up is the combo moves. This is another really good one. You want to make sure to use pro combo moves. You only need a 70 ball handle as well, so you should be able to get this move. There's a few glitchy things you can do with the pro combo moves, but I find the best one is you do not hold R2, and if the ball is in your left hand, you flick the right stick to the left, then the right. If the ball is in your right hand, you flick to the right, then the left. So you basically just flick to your ball hand side, then your opposite ball hand side, and you see it does this little snatch back basically. It puts the ball in front of you, then it pulls it back, right? So like I said, you just flick to your ball hand, then your opposite ball hand without holding R2. Then for the crossover, we're gonna go with Devin Booker. You need an 80 plus ball handle. If you personally don't like it, you can go ahead and use Lonzo Ball. Lonzo's is a little bit better for rim running, and Devin Booker's is better for fading middies or fading threes. As you can see, this is the Devin Booker crossover, and it creates a lot of space for a fadeaway midi. You just run forward, flick the right stick diagonal up to your opposite ball hand, and then it should be a wide open midi almost all the time. It's very hard for them to contest. Now next up, we have the behind the back. I like to use Kawhi Leonard. You only need a 70 ball handle for this too, so it should be very easy for you to get. Now it is very good because you can spam the standing behind the back just like the Trae Young on the small guards. If you want the explosive behind the back to where you can run forwards, go ahead, use Andrew Wiggins. You need a 75 for that. And if you want to do the nutmeg behind the back, go ahead and throw on Paul George. You also need a 75 ball handle. You can nutmeg with basic too, but the regular behind the back for basic is disgusting. And pro is pretty decent as well, but I would recommend using Kawhi Leonard or Andrew Wiggins. So me personally, I'm a fan of the Kawhi Leonard. It's like the Trae Young. You just flick diagonal down to your ball hand and then diagonal down to your opposite ball hand, and you can rinse, repeat, and you can spam that. So you can spam the explosive behind the back right here, back and forth. So I flick left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, all while holding R2. You go diagonal down to your ball hand, then your opposite ball hand. It is very easy. And this is the Paul George behind the back right here. As you can see, the nutmeg animation on it looks pretty different actually compared to all of the other behind the back animations. I actually think it looks pretty cool, to be honest, but the ball is in your left hand. You flick diagonal down to the bottom right and then up while holding R2. You just do that very quickly, and then you run backwards with the left stick, and that is how you do the nutmeg. Then for the spin, I like to use Steve Nash. You need an 80 ball handle for this. You can also use Penny Hardaway, which needs a 75 ball handle, and if you don't get either of these, go with normal. Now they really nerfed the 720 spin animation, which was the only really good use of the spin from earlier in the year. You would just run forward, spin, and then flick down on the right stick basically, but it's not really that useful anymore, but sometimes it's cool to pull off. Next up, we have the hesitations. We are gonna go with pro. You only need a 70 ball handle for this, and the hezzies are only really useful for your quick stops. Your quick stops are how you shoot the ball by quickly setting your feet so you don't get a stupid slow gather or have to fade. So we're running to the right, we extremely quickly let go of R2, we flick the right stick to the right, and then we shoot. Same thing if we're running to our left, we just flick the right stick to the left while letting go of R2, and then we shoot. Very easy, right? I don't know what we would do if there was no quick stops in 2K25, man. And then lastly, for the step backs, you want to go with Zach LaVine. You need an 80 ball handle for this. You could also use James Harden if you want, but I think Zach LaVine is the best, the most optimal step back. It's good standing still, it's good while running backwards and flick down on the right stick. It gives you a lot of space to the side. So to do the step back, you can run to the side, hold R2, and flick down on the right stick. It'll give you a huge boost to the side here, and you can Zion Williamson dribble style back to the opposite ball hand. As you can see, I'm just spamming that back and forth. It looks really good when you specifically run backwards and then do the LaVine step back, or you can also do it off of a nutmeg when you run forwards. To do the nutmeg, then you start to run backwards, and then you can finish it off with the step back. It's definitely very glitchy with the left stick dribbling, and I love doing it after I run backwards. It is such a good move. Now we're gonna move on to the small guard build, 6'4" and under. I already did do a breakdown and dribble tutorial with hand cam for the small guard builds. The link for that is in the description down below if you want to check that out, but I am going to very quickly go over all of this again for you. For the dribble style, I like to use Russell Westbrook to speed boost to my ball hand. Most people don't use Westbrook, they actually go with Darius Garland. The only difference is the speed with ball is 1 or 2 higher for Westbrook, but if you want to try De'Aaron Fox to get a huge cross launch to your opposite ball hand, that works as well. It's just a higher speed with ball rating. So right now I'm using Russell Westbrook. As you can see, it just allows me to speed boost to my ball hand. Very easy. If you don't want to switch off Garland and keep using that, no worries. They are basically the same thing. And then for the SIG size up, if you get Steve Francis with a 95 ball handle, definitely go ahead and throw that on. This is the best SIG size up, if not the best dribble move in the game. You just flick diagonal up to your opposite ball hand or diagonal down to your opposite ball hand. And if you don't get that, you can use Trae Young, or you can go ahead and use Derrick Rose. I would recommend using Derrick Rose. Most likely you only need an 87 ball handle. And like I said, you flick diagonal up to your opposite ball hand and you can speed boost that way, or diagonal down. As you can see, this is the Trae Young standing behind the back animation. It's insane, man. It is so hard to guard, especially if you mix this in with other dribble moves, man. You'll be feeling like you're unstoppable. For the regular breakdown combo for those small guards, once again, we're gonna go with Kobe White. That's what I said to use on your tall guard build. If you do unlock it, this dribble animation is insane. You just flick up on the right stick and run to your ball hand. For the aggressive breakdown combo, go with Devin Booker. You need an 80+ ball handle. You hold R2, flick up on the right stick, and this is very useful for crabbing people, shoving the defender behind you, putting you in front of them, and then you can shoot. For the escape moves, go ahead and use Steph Curry with a 92 ball handle. If you do not get this, like I said, you can use Luka. For the combo moves, go ahead and throw on Tim Hardaway. If you don't get that, use Pro. Pro is what I use on my tall guard builds, as I showed you earlier in the video. And if you want to do the Curry slide, you can hold R2, flick left right very quickly if the ball is in your right hand, and if the ball is in your left hand, you flick right left insanely fast while holding R2. For crossover, this is one of the best moves in the game besides that Steve Francis sig size up. Go ahead and use De'Aaron Fox with an 89+ ball handle. You get that at starter 4. If you do not have that, you can use Lonzo Ball. You only need an 80 ball handle for that, and this crossover is insanely fast. It gives you a huge boost. It is unguardable. Then for behind the back, I already showed you guys a tutorial on how to spam it earlier in the video for those tall guards, but go ahead and use Trae Young. You need a 92 ball handle for this. With the ball in your right hand, hold R2, flick bottom right, bottom left, bottom left, bottom right, and then you just rinse repeat. You just have to flick to your ball hand first. And you can also nutmeg with this behind the back, which is very useful. For the spins, go ahead and use Steve Nash. And for the hesitations to quick stop, go ahead and throw on Darius Garland. You need an 84 ball handle. Once again, to quick stop, you just don't hold R2, run to the right, flick the right stick to the right. Very easy. And once again, for the step back, I love Zach LaVine. Go ahead, throw that on. You only need an 80+ ball handle. I love using this off a nutmeg behind the back. I run backwards, hold R2, flick down on the right stick to trigger the step back animation, launching me to the side, or you can do it standing still. Both animations are amazing. Now that right there is all for the dribble moves for the tall guards and the small guards as well. And for the spin jumper, throw on Kyrie Irving. For those small guards, you double tap square. If you're a lefty, run forwards with the ball in your left hand, double tap square. And just as you see in this clip right here, they're trying to double team me. I do the spin jumper, it throws me all the way to the right. I split through both defenders. That move is crazy. And use Kyrie Irving motion style. Then for the hop jumper as well, go ahead and use Kyle Lowry. So that right there is all of the best dribble moves for those tall guard builds and those small guard builds in 2K25. I hope I could help you guys out. I hope I could put you on to some dribble moves. I hope I could teach you a thing or two, maybe a few combos. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, turn those noties on, and comment Hanky the Horsey if I was able to help you out. This video is a part of the NBA 2K League Locked In powered by AT&T series. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.